Yo, K people, it's me, Eunbin. GWSN is going to make a debut soon. Before that happened, let me share my feelings and journey with them, as I was following the show in real time. Also, it was the first K-pop survival show that I follow and participate in voting. And probably it's going to be the last, who knows. You might be wondering why I didn't follow or participate in voting in any other K-pop survival show before, because it is a common thing in K-pop and it's also a great way to get into a group. And heck, there are a lot of groups that form to a survival show and they are my favorite groups, like top favorite, like for me is 9, Twice, 10, iZone, 101 and many more. But sadly, for the most of them, I wasn't there at that time, except 10 and iZone. Well, when Produce 48 was airing, I wasn't aware of that kind of thing actually exists, as I was a baby in terms of K-pop that time. And when Wild Idol was airing, I actually didn't know they are airing, so yeah. Other than that, the shows that were available for me was Produce X 101 and GFriend 999. I didn't watch Produce X 101 cause at that time my life was fed up with reality shows. Cause I used to watch lot of reality shows like Survival, Big Brother, Too Hard to Handle, and more. In the shows, I used to like someone a lot or hate someone like crazy. And as my luck, who I hate used to win, and most of the time, my faves would be lost in the final round. Remember this part cause it is very important point and you will get some reference about this later. So I didn't want to hate a group just because I hate a single member or get so much angry that my fave didn't get in and take the anger on the group. Also there is evil aiding. What happened with X1 and all the voting controversies? I chose to avoid Girls Planet, but I did watch the show later, also the Wild Idol after they have debuted. I might share about those later if you want. So Boys Planet wasn't my first show and I knew how the show works, but I felt pretty good about it cause 9 people will debut, not 1. So if one of my favorite doesn't make it, other will. At least that's what I thought. And I thought other groups that formed the survival show, I liked all the members and I will like this time too. I like all of them. And that was my thought before watching the show. Firstly, why I decided to watch the show in the first place? There are 2 main reasons. I started liking K-pop survival show and the second reason was Hui. When I got the news, I knew I will follow the whole show and who I'm going to support till the end. At first I was also concerned about Hui being participant, but I thought who cares? I want him to get the fame. But surprisingly there were a lot of guys that I knew before, like Hwang Hui, Seon from Upstation, Jerome and Chaungki from Taeyeon, Keita from Cyper, Park Gun-ok and Dobin from Wild Idol, and Christian from some funny clips of Yo to With You. After the audition, Sok Matthew, Sang Hanbin, Ricky, Jiyoung, Eun Jung-woo and Jae caught my attention, and this was my first top 9 pick. Over the time I get to know many of them and my top 9 pick continuously change. Before I tell you my top 9 picks before the final, let's go over some negative stuff. First, there was so much evil editing going on. Like, Mnet really liked the hero and villain narrative. There has to be someone bad guy in the team and someone has to come out as a good to fight against him. Most of the time it was a Chinese trainee. I don't know what wrong a Chinese did to Mnet in the past. Even on Girls' Night it was the same. I know how Mnet evil edits, so I was keeping myself not to be manipulated by evil editing. They really did bad to Christian. I knew him before and there was a clip of him in the Youth With You where he wanted another song where they make the situation comedic, but the same situation Mnet would make like he doesn't like the song he got and he is sulking. Then the performance. It was hit and miss. Some did good, some did not. Some performance was straight up boring. For me, the best performance was Limousine. It gave me total goosebumps. I could really feel the emotions. At the time, I didn't understand the full meaning. I only got the meaning they translate it on the show. But there were a fan-made video that they make like translate the whole song, and I get to understand the full meaning. And they released so many like 4 or 5 original songs. But I like Anger the most. Other than that, I like Switch. And Say My Name was also good, but I don't like Super Chaza at all. But yeah, but the team did good, but song was not good actually. But I have a big complaint about performance. Like, not like performance, but it was like performance eating. I have seen Mnet show before, like Kingdom, and everywhere they show a lot of reaction. Like, one does a move and everyone was like shocked and wow, oh yeah. And they shows like every reaction. They even repeat the same scene over and over and show like all the reaction. But even other shows has like less reaction than Voice Planet. Like this time they have overdone it. Now the time for the final word about final episode, and it was my top 9 before the final. As you can see, only 2 of them actually made the final cut. Well, if you compare the final debut team with my first top 9, it was kind of similar. Like how many, I have to like count how many of them actually made it. But just imagine a group with the like vocal line like this. That would be a very good group, but unfortunately we didn't got that. Throughout the show, Hui and Eun Jung-woo was my top pick, and like in the final I couldn't choose one between 2 of them, so I voted both of them with 2 different devices. I really don't like cry hard things, like people only vote for one person with 99 devices, and in like online forums they are like warning people that don't vote your second pick, just pick one. And yeah, I saw things like that. But yeah, I also didn't like the voting system. You can like vote 9 people at first but only one in the end. Because of that, at first we can have like multiple liking and voted for them, and because of that they have like high ranking, but they don't make the cut because they didn't get prioritized. Like Keita is the best example there. Everyone I talk about Voice Planet, they all like Keita, and they was like their top 9 pick, but they were never in like their top pick, like first pick. That's why like he didn't got like when they like vote for like 6 people, 9 people, Keita was always in top. But when they vote only one, Keita like fall behind them, and no one like voted for him because they were like their second favorite or third favorite, like this. And end of the day he didn't make the cut. That's why I don't like the voting system. Like if your voting system should be 1, if you are like voting 1 people, then it should be like 1 from the start. And I like the like voting system for peak time. You can vote 3 people at first, and when like in the end you can vote, either you can vote 3 people or you can vote 1 people. It's up to you. I guess that's more fair for me. It's not like I hate the lineup. I was upset at first, but I'm okay with that. And will I support them in the future? It's really up to their music. Yeah, then let's wait for the debut and see. They will debut really soon, or they already debuted, depend when my video is coming actually. Yeah, that's it, and that was it. Till then, have an awesome day.